What is up, Nuggets fans? I am back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping the Nuggets 116-102 loss to the Toronto Raptors on Sunday night. Another tough loss for the Nuggets to the Raptors. We lost to them now twice this season, and we fell to 13-18 with this loss. One of the few things the Nuggets did well here in this game against Toronto, because there wasn't many. This was a pretty poor performance by Denver here in this game, but we did have 15 offensive rebounds. You love seeing that again. A lot of that had to do with Kenneth Faried. 7 offensive rebounds for Kenneth Faried in this game. He was great once again in just being active on the offensive glass and then scoring off those offensive rebounds. We had 20 fast break points. We did a good job of playing up-tempo in this game, primarily in the third quarter. Ty Lawson did a great job, and Kenneth Faried as well, of getting us out in transition in the open floor and getting some easy buckets there in the third quarter. Again, finishing with 20 fast break points. A lot of those came in that third quarter. We only had 10 turnovers. Did a good job for the most part of taking care of the basketball here in this game. Ty Lawson only had 1 turnover. He was really good with his decision making. It was nice to see us clean that up. That's obviously been kind of a bugaboo for the Nuggets, if you will, this season, is the amount of turnovers they commit per game. But only 10 turnovers. You like seeing that here in this game. We had 48 points in the paint. You love seeing that for the most part. We did a good job of getting to the painted area, getting some high percentage shots. Kenneth Faried did a great job playing around the rim throughout this game. Ty Lawson did a great job attacking the teeth of the Raptors defense and getting to the rim. Had a couple beautiful finishes at the rim. Had an N1 on Kyle Lowry. That was really nice in that fourth quarter. But we did settle a little bit too much for perimeter shots, but still, again, you like 48 points in the paint. Again, did a good job of getting those high percentage shots. Kenneth Faried was phenomenal for the Nuggets once again here in this game. He obviously had a huge game against the T-Wolves prior to this, the 26 points, 25 rebound game, and he was great here against Toronto. Another monster double-double for him. 17 points and 19 boards for Kenneth. He had 7 offensive rebounds and 12 defensive rebounds. He was one of the few guys I thought that actually rebounded the ball well defensively for us in this game. He was 8 of 19 from the field, though. You hate seeing that. He missed a couple point-blank shots, especially there in the fourth quarter, that he just got to finish at the rim. But all in all, I thought Kenneth was absolutely phenomenal in this game. He had 5 rebounds to start there in the first quarter, just really got off to an active start. Had a beautiful play there in the first quarter where he actually put back his own shot with a one-handed slam. Just great athletic play by Kenneth there. 8 of his 17 points came in that third quarter. Had a beautiful hook shot, again with the jumper from the top of the key. Looks like that's a shot for Reed starting to develop and getting more comfortable taking. And then he had a huge alley-oop from Ty Lawson as well in that third quarter, and just dominated the glass for most of this game. Again, 19 rebounds for Faried in this game. Did a great job of scoring off offensive rebounds in this game, and it seemed like when he wasn't in there, we really had no presence on the offensive glass, and really him and Ty Lawson got us going there in that third quarter of playing faster and playing more up-tempo and getting some points in transition. Ty Lawson also was great as well in this game for us. 28 points, 7 assists, and 5 boards for Ty. He was 9 of 17 from the field, only 1 of 4 from the three-point line, but 9 of 11 from the free throw line. You like seeing that. Ty Lawson has struggled at times this year making free throws, shot really well from the charity strike in this game, and did a great job being aggressive. Throughout this game, he was one of the few guys on the offensive end of the floor that was just being aggressive, attacking the rim, getting into the teeth of the defense, and again, did a great job in that third quarter of really playing fast, playing up-tempo, and it got us going in transition. And again, you finished with 20 fast break points. A lot of those came in that third quarter, and a lot of that was because of Ty Lawson. And he had only 7 assists in this game, but I tell you what, if some of our guys could actually hit some perimeter shots and some jump shots, he would have finished with a lot more than 7 assists in this game. He had a beautiful N1 on Kyle Lowry there in that fourth quarter, and did a great job of knocking down jump shots. I think, tell you what, if he gets some more confidence in his mid-range game, he can be really effective with it. It's something I'd like to see him utilize more. But all in all, I thought he was great. Again, had some beautiful finishes at the rim, played really physical with Kyle Lowry, had an absolute battle with him throughout this game, and again, did a great job of really attacking the rim and being aggressive on the offensive end. Now, looking at some of the bad things we did here in this game, obviously there was a lot to be disappointed by as a Nuggets fan here in this loss to Toronto. First and foremost, defensively, you were absolutely atrocious in this game. You give up 116 points to a team that's already great at scoring the basketball. You allowed them to shoot 49% from the field, which is just ridiculous, and 43% from the three-point line. Again, defensively, we were just absolutely terrible in this game, especially in that fourth quarter. But throughout the 4 quarters in this game, we were equally bad. We just really had no answer for the Raptors' offense, primarily Lou Williams and Kyle Lowry. In this game, Toronto, they scored 27-plus points in each of the 4 quarters. That's just terrible defense. You got to find a way to at least hold them to under 25 points in some quarter. Just a terrible job of executing on the defensive side of the floor for the Nuggets. You give up 13 offensive rebounds. As I mentioned before, Kenneth Faried was really the only guy I thought that rebounded the ball well defensively for us. And when he was out of this game, Toronto just did a great job of really capitalizing on the offensive glass. Again, they get 13 offensive rebounds, had a bunch of second chance points in this game. Can't give a great offensive team like them second chance points and second chance possessions. And then Toronto also did a great job of scoring in transition. We had 20 fast break points, but they also had 17 fast break points. So our transition defense was terrible in this game. Kyle Lowry, like Ty Lawson, did a great job of getting them kind of out in the open floor and allowing them to play up tempo. Had some beautiful alley-oops as well in this game to Terrence Ross and to James Johnson. He was absolutely great. And again, transition defense, you got to run the fuck back. We were really lazy with our transition D, and you give up 48 points in the paint. We really have done a terrible job, at least over these past 2 games, of protecting the rim. I mean, Timofey Mozgov really just has no presence as a shot blocker, and really no one on our team does without JaVale McGee in there. And then defensively, you're just lazy. You weren't active at all. Toronto only had 6 turnovers in this game. They did a good job of taking care of the ball, but defensively we just weren't active at all. We weren't getting in passing lanes. You only finished with 3 steals and 2 blocks defensively. That's just pathetic. We had 24 fouls again. Did a poor job of defending without fouling. That seems to be a reoccurring problem with this Nuggets team, at least under Brian Shaw. And again, 3 steals and 2 blocks, just not active enough at all on the defensive side of the floor to win this game. You got to be more active, especially once again against an elite offensive team like Toronto. Once again, the Nuggets struggled to shoot from the perimeter, 23% from the three-point line. You take 17 threes, that's too many, especially when you're shooting as bad as we are from the perimeter, especially lately. Got to do a better job of knocking down open looks from the three-point line and being more aggressive as well in the offensive end, attacking the rim more. And then our bench was absolutely atrocious. Once again, the bench has kind of been a disappearing act throughout this season. Toronto's bench outscored our bench 53-20 in this game. Their second unit absolutely dominated this game, and that was a big reason they won. You just can't expect to win many games when your bench gets outscored by 33. Tyler Hansborough was great for them off the bench. Did a great job on the offensive glass, being active, playing physical defense. And he had a big dunk over J.J. Hickson. Nice jump shot as well. I think it was the second or third quarter, just did a great, he had like 6 straight points, did a great job providing them with the spark off the bench. And then of course, Lou Williams was absolutely flawless for the Raptors here against the Nuggets. All right, it's Kyle Lowry and Lou Williams in this game combined for 61 points, 13 assists and 12 rebounds. They shot a combined 23 of 38 from the field and 7 of 12 from the three-point line. They just absolutely torched us. Lou Williams once again killed us off the bench. I think he had 31 off the bench for the Raptors. It was just absolutely ridiculous. And they just consistently just kept pressure on our defense, and they just scored pretty much whenever they wanted to from the second quarter on in this game. You look at the second quarter, Lowry and Williams combined for, I think, 16 points in that second quarter. Then they come back in the third quarter, combined for 17, and then finish off the game there in that fourth quarter, combining for 20 points. I mean, they just did a great job of consistently putting pressure on our defense, and just did a great job of taking advantage of really poor ball pressure by the Nuggets. Didn't do a good job of on-ball defense on either one of these guys, especially Kyle Lowry. Got to be more in his face. Ty Lawson, I would have liked to see him be a little more aggressive on the defensive end, and our ball pressure in this game was just terrible, and the Raptors took advantage of that. We were terrible with our pick and roll defense. Kyle Lowry was absolutely a maestro in the pick and roll. Had some really beautiful passes in this game, showed great court vision, and just absolutely destroyed us with the pick and roll, especially in that fourth quarter. And defensively, the Nuggets this is, again, it's been a recurring problem with this team, that they just aren't very aware defensively. They don't know how to read screens well, and it seems we always go under screens when we're supposed to go over screens, and we went under way too many screens in this game. Kyle Lowry and Lou Williams were able to get open shots off of us, just reading screens wrong, and again, just not defending the pick and roll very well in this game, and getting open jump shots, and they took advantage of it. Open jump shots, and Kyle Lowry and Lou Williams, any team in the NBA that allows them to combine for 61 points on 23 of 38 shooting from the field probably isn't going to beat Toronto. Just a great job of executing in the pick and roll by Kyle Lowry, and then Lou Williams just again providing a great spark off the bench for Toronto. Our big guys were just absolutely terrible with the hedges on the pick and rolls, and the help defense on the pick and rolls was absolutely atrocious in this game for the Denver Nuggets. And we also allowed Toronto to go on too many big runs here in this game to kind of put the distance between them and us in terms of their lead. They went on a 14-4 run out of the gate in that first quarter, again sparked by Kyle Lowry, and then they go on a 21-8 run in that fourth quarter to finish the game. Again, it was kind of the Kyle Lowry show, just absolute maestro again in the pick and roll in that fourth quarter. Kyle Lowry just did a great job getting to the rim, knocking down perimeter jump shots, and he had some beautiful finishes at the rim over Timofey Mozgov in this game. He was huge for Toronto, especially again in that fourth quarter run, the pick and roll. And lastly for the Nuggets, once again, Aaron Aflalo and Wilson Chandler continue to struggle scoring and shooting the ball efficiently. I know a lot of Nuggets fans like to kiss Wilson Chandler's ass and talk about his physical skill set, and Scott Hastings always on the Altitude broadcast. I'm a big fan of his game, but I tell you what, Wilson Chandler is one of the most inefficient scorers I've seen in a Denver Nuggets uniform, and Aaron Aflalo just is not the answer for this team at the 2 guard. He is really in a bad shooting slump. Those two, Aflalo and Chandler, in this game combined to score 29 points, and they combined to shoot 12 of 31 from the field and 2 of 7 from the three-point line. Again, these guys are just struggling to shoot the ball, and that's just way too many shots. Wilson Chandler, I think, took 20 shots in this game. He had 20 points on 20 shots. That's just way too inefficient. And again, 31 a combined 29 points between these two guys on 31 shots. That's just terribly inefficient. We got to get Ty Lawson more shots. We got to get guys on our bench more shots. I think you're just wasting possessions offensively when you allow Follow and Chandler to chunk up that many shots. And again, 29 points on 31 shots. I think they had like 34 points on 37 shots against Minnesota. They just have been terribly efficient on the offensive end, and really Aflalo, Wilson Chandler. I think as much as people like to kiss Wilson Chandler's ass here in Denver, I think those are two guys that the Nuggets should be taking some calls on and maybe look to deal at the trade deadline. So we're kind of just in no man's land right now. We got a game tonight against the Lakers at home. They're pretty much as good as we are. They're a pretty mediocre, poor team, kind of like us, and hopefully we can play better and get a win at home, move to 14-18. So leave me a comment below whether you're a Raptors fan, Nuggets fan. What did you think of this game? What did you think of the Nuggets performance, the Raptors performance, and any comments on what's going on in the NBA? Love to hear from you guys. Again, Nuggets fell to 13-18 with this loss, and hopefully we can bounce back tonight with the win against the Lakers. Thanks for watching, guys.